Hi, everyone. Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage. I do these live business leadership trainings in 15 minutes, and I do them every week because of the topics that I coach people on or the topics I'm asked to speak on. They're relevant, they're timely, they're what business owners are going through now. And the idea here is for you to shift your perspective, turn of your vantage, if you will, the way that you look at your business, and actually turn it into your competitive advantage and be able to take one action item away each week. And it's something that you can implement. So, this week's topic is about work life balance and success. Now, there's so much stuff out there on work life balance, and I have had many conversations with small business owners on work life balance, and you can imagine the feedback that I've received. But here's what I've seen many business owners were thinking, when it comes to work life balance, that you could either be successful or you're trying to have like some sort of work life balance, but it's really difficult to have both, right? Many people think it's really difficult to have both. And at one time, I used to think that that was true myself. To be successful in business, you have to be doing it all and you have to be like working all of the time, right? It's the recipe for success. Many call this the grit or the drive that's needed to have a business. So, over the years, some of the things that I've actually heard business owners, the things that they've said to me were like, yeah, you want to be successful, but if you don't really live and breathe your business, you're never going to be successful. Like you won't have success. Or they'll say things to me like, yeah, that work-life balance stuff, once you become a small business owner, like that really loses all meaning. That doesn't apply to us. Or many small business owners think that work is life and life is work, and I've seen a lot of things created on like work life harmony as opposed to a work life balance. So that's what a lot of people, look at it as. But here's my take on it that I found so beneficial for me and so beneficial for others as well when I've talked to them about it. What I've learned over the years as a business owner myself is that this recipe for grit and drive and, going out there and doing it all will really lead eventually to some form of burnout, right? It'll either affect, say, health, relationships, or maybe even other areas of your life. And the reason why I say that is yes, business owners, when they start their business, they are doing much of everything, right? They're doing it all. But what happens is that becomes our way of doing business. We constantly think as a brand new business owner. And I've talked to people that have been 10 years in and they're still operating that way. So they don't even realize that the business owner identity is front and center, and they've created routines and habits that they started when they were a brand new business owner, and now a decade in they're still operating the same exact way. So what happens is those habits and routines that we've created can actually start to hold us back from growing and becoming successful, and also having a work life balance that works for us. So, what I've learned over the years in my own businesses was that success is not only profits, yet that's what we measure success on. How much money did a company make? How much revenue did they generate? What were their profits? And we have to increase profits and all of those types of things. And we have to do that. That's part of being successful. But A lot of business owners think that is it. That's how you define success. But yet, other areas of life can be crumbling or falling apart in the background. We could be sacrificing things. So, what I've learned is that a successful business is one that is profitable, but it's also sustainable and it's also enjoyable. Even 10 years in, or even longer than that, it's still enjoyable. So let me just unpack this a little bit and tell you what I mean. So profits are a must. They're definitely a given. And as I said, many business owners believe that they can either be profitable or they're helping people. I've heard people say over the years, well, I wanted to open my business because I want to help somebody, or I want to do it right, or I don't want people to feel as though they're being ripped off. They were looking at their industry, they were looking at it from a lens of working in it, but not running a business. So now that they're on the other side of it, they open up their business and they need to learn that if you're not profitable, and I'm talking about healthy, ethical profits, right? That's what I'm always talking about, healthy, ethical profits. If you don't have that, then your business won't be around to best serve your customers, your clients, your community for very long, right? So, healthy, ethical profits are a must. Absolutely, 100%. But your business also needs to be sustainable. And what happens here, what I'm talking about is sustainable businesses are the businesses where they're independent of the owner. We're able to grow our business in such a way that it's a business that can run without you there. I'm going to repeat that. It's a business that could run without you there. So you may be that main cog, the doer that's doing it all, but the idea that you can start very slowly taking things off your plate and outsourcing them or delegating them and hiring, whether it's part time, full time, whatever, that you can do that. And the magic then is in gaining control of your business by actually letting go and empowering others. Can you imagine empowering a team so that they're there and they want to do their best and they want the business to succeed because they're going to succeed as well, right? Being able to give them the tools and the resources to develop into leaders. Like that's a pretty amazing thought there that the business is actually sustainable. I've gone to conferences in the industry, in automotive industry, and I've actually heard people, owners, go out during a break into the lobby or the hallway or even take a break outside for a few moments. And the first thing they do when they get a minute is they're on their phone and they are checking their phone and they're looking at it. Oh my gosh, they'll say things like, my phone is blowing up, or there's few problems at work, or oh, I dread going back on Monday to all the issues that I'm going to find, thinking that this is about their team. When I look at that and I say to myself, but what resources did you give them? What tools? What expectations were set? Were they able to make decisions in those difficult, right? Difficult one-off type of situations that may have happened? Do they know how you would handle those? So I look at those situations as kind of like a litmus test, right? Did we give them everything that they need? And it's an opportunity to go back and have a conversation, with your team to see, were there any holes? Were there things that need to be, you know, updated, processes, things that need to be, um, put into place that weren't, and they were kind of left blind. So the idea here is don't look at it as them, a failure. Look at it as something that you can go in and tweak, and maybe you're not getting away enough. That's the other side, the other part of that. So when we stop, go on to the next thing, it's business becomes enjoyable again. And what happens is when you understand, because you have clarity on the owner's role and goal, then share your vision and your plan with the team. The joy that this brings really, really fuels owners, because now you're not even looking for buy in from people. What you're actually doing is you're aligning the goals for the company with the people that you bring in, because they love that. They love being part of something that is bigger than them. And they are the type of people that want to achieve and want to help contribute and be part of reaching that goal. So it's not talking about like buying in or having to pitch or having to sell something. It's like this fits them perfectly. This is something that they believe in and they want to be a part of. So that's when business becomes enjoyable again, because a lot of business owners I find are running their business and they're really treating their role as a job. Like, here's what it is, but they're not looking at the bigger picture, that the business goes beyond them. So, this is what I've learned over the last 2 decades. And I love sharing this with other business owners. Success means having all three. It means having a profitable, sustainable, and enjoyable business. And really, what work life balance is, it's allowing you to prioritize your activities, making time for your health, your self care, your relationships. These are the main things that business owners sacrifice. And, sometimes it doesn't end well. So I really don't want that to happen to you. What I'm not talking about is equal time or separating work and life. What I'm talking about is feeling balanced, that you're getting fulfillment by your work and your life. You're getting fulfillment in both areas, and you don't feel as though you're making sacrifices. So I would love to know in the comments, what is your best work-life balance, lesson, your success lesson or your work-life balance, something that you actually learned. I find this valuable because when we can share it with other business owners, we can kind of pass it forward, right? Pay it forward and encourage them as well. If you find the video helpful, if you find the video valuable, if it kind of shifted your perspective on how you think of work life balance and success, it may help another business owner that you know. So please feel free to share it. Share it out and pay it forward to, another business owner that can find it valuable. So I'm really excited to be doing this. I took this challenge on and absolutely love it. So I look forward to next week's Business Leadership in 15 Minutes. And everyone, please have an enjoyable week.